Hello and welcome back to Accessible Photography. Do you have packs of old images, negatives, and boxes of slides hiding away in a cupboard or up in the attic? Or maybe you have new rolls of film that you're wondering what to do with? Then hang around, because we're talking scanning. After my last video, why Gen Z loves old cameras and what it means for photography, I spent a lot of time reading through your comments. And thank you, by the way, because they were thoughtful, challenging, and in some cases, really quite personal for me. One topic that came up again and again was scanning film. Some of you felt scanning negatives was absolutely the right thing to do. Others weren't so keen, and one comment in particular stood out. And that was the idea that younger photographers love film cameras, but often only keep the scans they get back from the lab, and not the negatives or the prints themselves. That comment stuck with me, not because I think it's wrong, but because it opens up a much bigger conversation on how we all interact with photographs now, and how accessibility fits into all of this. For me, scanning film isn't an extra step. It's not a chore, it's part of the photographic process. And more importantly, it's something that can be done at home, seated, indoors, and at your own pace. Over the past few years, especially during a long 2-year period where I was really ill with my ME/CFS, scanning old photographs was something I could do. I couldn't always get out with a camera, and I couldn't travel. But what I could do was sit and scan and reconnect with my own photographic history. And that matters. Accessible photography isn't just about making images. It's about engaging with photography in ways that fit your life and your body, and of course, your energy levels. And scanning film does exactly that. Scanning old negatives helped my mental health in ways that I really didn't expect. I was revisiting family holidays, early sporting years, ordinary days that turned out to be not quite so ordinary as I thought. My illness, which made me unwell for a long period, altered my memory and time began to blur. Scanning gave structure to my memory, and it reminded me when things actually happened and where it'd been, and sometimes who I was at that point in life before the illness took hold. I've now uploaded around 5,000 images to Flickr, not as a gallery to show off, but as an accessible archive, something I can search, revisit and use, and in a way replace the old slideshow we had as kids. Now I can bore people with holiday images from decades ago, anywhere I want to. Sometimes though, the archive is a practical tool for confirming a date during a conversation. Other times, it's just there for memory's sake. I sometimes think, maybe I'm planning for senility. This scanning project has also been running alongside an autobiography of my early sporting years, and the two naturally support each other. Images prompt memories, and memories give images meaning. When I first started scanning, I used an old Epson all-in-one printer with a flatbed scanner and a film holder. At the time, I thought the results were just how my old photos looked. Soft, slightly blurry, and a bit disappointing to the point of being very disappointing. But after scanning hundreds of images, I realised something wasn't quite right. Eventually, I bought a Plustek 8200i SE, which is a dedicated film scanner. And honestly, it was a shock. The difference was immediate. Sharpness, detail, clarity, and suddenly the photographs looked great, so long as the picture had been taken well in the first place. Unfortunately for me, that meant rescanning everything I'd already done. Not ideal, but worth it in the end. This is one of those moments where accessibility isn't about cheap or simple. It's about using the right tool so you don't waste your limited energy. Better results meant fewer rescans, less frustration, and more enjoyment, and for me, a feeling of pride. One thing I really want to emphasize is that scanning isn't just about the past. If you're shooting film now, scanning at home can be part of your ongoing workflow. You shoot the roll, get it developed, then scan when you're ready. For those of us who prefer slower, more controlled photographic process, this fits beautifully. Scanning is stationary, you do it sitting down, and you can enjoy a cup of tea while the machine scans away. It also removes barriers. You don't need to travel, you don't need darkroom space, you don't need to stand for long periods. You can stop and start whenever you need to. That's accessibility in practice. Not everyone needs or wants the same setup. Some people use flatbed scanners with transparency units, which is what I used. They're affordable, they're familiar, and they're perfectly adequate for many archives. Others want to move to more dedicated film scanners like this one, especially if they're working with large collections or want better consistency. There's also camera scanning, using a digital camera, a macro lens, and a light source, which some people love because it's fast and flexible, though it does require a little bit more space and setup time. At the very top end, there's wet scanning, usually found in professional or archival environments. The quality can be fantastic, but it's expensive, large, and not really realistic for most people at home. The key point here is choice. Accessibility isn't one solution, it's finding your solution. Let's come back to that comment from the last video. The idea that Gen Z photographers only take lab scans and don't keep negatives or prints. It feels true when you read the online discussions, but when you dig a little deeper, the picture is more nuanced. Studies and surveys suggest that around 45% of people opt for the digital-only scans, which means the majority still collect negatives and prints, or both. It means 60% value the hard copy, the master copy. I have to be honest here, I'm afraid. I don't know who the 40% is, but there does seem to be evidence that it's the younger generation. For many younger photographers, digital scans are what fit in their lives. They don't want to be storing all those packs like we did. They want it digital for easy sharing. Everything accessible on a phone or laptop. That doesn't mean they don't care. It means they prioritize access over objects. And interestingly, this mirrors what many older photographers are doing now too. Seniors scanning decades of negatives often do so for the exact same reason, just as I've done, for ease of access, ease of sharing, and the less physical handling of fragile materials. So instead of this being a generational divide, it's actually a point of overlap. Different starting points, same destination. So why did I pick up on this as something to talk about? Well, this topic fits naturally into what this channel is about. Just like my travel vlogs focus on easily reachable locations, film scanning focuses on photography that comes to you, not the other way around. Many of you watching have boxes of prints, albums, or negatives tucked away, and yet the idea of digitizing them can feel overwhelming. But it doesn't have to be. You can start small with one selected envelope, one free afternoon, and a mug of tea. And once those images are scanned, they're there, searchable, shareable, and relatively safe. I say that as storing all your images on one hard drive is tempting fate. Duplicate what you have to a cloud, or better still to the likes of Flickr, so you can view them and share them easily. Scanning film at home isn't about replacing prints or rejecting tradition. It's about making photography usable and accessible. Whether you're preserving decades-old memories integrating film into the modern workflow, or simply looking for a way to stay connected to photography when going out isn't easy, scanning is a powerful tool. As always, I'd love to hear your experiences. Do you scan your own films? Do you keep the negatives or rely on digital copies? And how does accessibility factor into the way you enjoy photography? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, which will hopefully be me back out in the field somewhere. No promises. I'll away for a few days, which is why I'm filming this early and hopefully getting it out at the weekend. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do another one in a week's time or in a fortnight. So until then, bye for now. And if you didn't see the last video, it's up here now. Go and have a look at it. It's blown up and it's obviously worth watching. So bye for now.